Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the San Diego Padres going up against the New York Mets. We're all eager to see if his heroics last time out carry over. He was absolutely dialed in at the plate, Singy.
Dialed in is right, partner. Everything seemed to be going his way. Looking forward to seeing if that same timing and energy carries over in this one.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set, and today's starter, Kodai Senga. What do we have on him?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Stepping in for San Diego, Xander Bogaerts. That's in there. Now 1-2.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Got him swinging.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating, that's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
Lindor makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
As
we take a look at the Padres lineup, this is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Lindor tosses to first, and they take care of Tatis for the out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back here in Queens. And today's starter, Joe Musgrove.
Well, a very solid ERA last season, just a little over 3. And when you've got a guy like that taking the mound for you, the offense is definitely expected to score 4 runs at least, unless they're really struggling. So you know, more times than not, when he's on the ball, you're going to win the ball game if you just do your part as an offense. So last year, great year. He wants to repeat that or even improve. And I think there is some room for improvement. He's got good stuff. It's just executing from hitter to hitter.
Out to center. Merrill gets under it. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. And let's take a look at the lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
And it's fouled away. High fly ball out into left center field. Merrill makes the play, and there are 2 down.
Batting third baseman, Reggie.
2 outs, base is empty. Now at the plate, Reggie Crawford.
This kid picked up in a trade A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
That one to first. And it's through for a hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Batting fourth, left fielder,
Here's Juan Soto. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Crawford off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Mets strand 1, scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Here's the third baseman, Manny Machado.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
In the air, out towards left center. Taylor hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Batting fifth, center fielder, Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill getting ready to hit. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Crawford sizing this one up. Great catch, foul ground up against the wall.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Josh Bell.
2 down, base is empty. Josh Bell at the plate now. And a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. Left field, way back there. This one's got a chance. And that one is off the wall. And he's got a double.
Everything came together for him. Really good
left
swing
fielder,
right there. He got a
Gavin
pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
So runner at second, 2 down. Gavin Sheets, the next up for the Padres.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss as he was late.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nasty 4th ball for strike 3.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And we're back. The batter now, Jorge Polanco.
First baseman, Jorge Polanco.
Back up the middle and a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with a well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. And there's a ball.
2.
And strike 2.
Umpiring behind the plate for us today, Boog, is Mike Fillmore, and he is a good one. He'll reward pitches on the edges a little bit, but the main thing is he doesn't keep you guessing. Once he established that a pitch is a strike, it stays that way.
Stays alive. Kicks and deals. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
2 strikes.
And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Now it's Marcus Semien. Next pitch misses way outside. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Out of here. He circles the bases and they grab the lead. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down. Carson Benj up now for the Mets. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in at bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a ground ball. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. And it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. Top half of the 3rd inning, and here's the catcher, Freddie Fermin. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Hauls it in for the out.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Next for the Padres, Ty France. Not close with that one. Ball 2. One down, base is empty. And that one is in the dirt. And now 3-1. And that's a walk. Tried another fork ball, but couldn't locate it.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
So the lineup flips over. And here is Xander Bogaerts. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond. And this guy, there goes the runner. And that one fouled off. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. France leads off first with 1 away. Swings and misses. That K is his 3rd of the game. Now here's Jake Cronenworth.
Second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose.
Can't get there, and it deflects off him.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
First and second, 2 outs. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. Cut on and lifted in the air. Soto sizes this one up and makes the grab. And that is that. Padres leave a pair. They trail it here 2-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Francisco Lindor.
Up the middle, Cronenworth. Slings to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Now batting, the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
Tyrone Taylor, the next to hit.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up a knock. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
To short, could be 2. Off balance speed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Now batting, left fielder.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Juan Soto now. Two outs. Out there to center. Cronenworth makes his way towards it, and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 3 innings complete. It's the Mets 2 and the Padres nothing. Back here in Queens, on to the 4th. Here's Manny Machado to start it off.
Machado.
Line drive. Bench snags it, and a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, Jackson Merrill.
And now the center fielder, Jackson Merrill.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
On the ground, could be 2. Fires to second for 1. And that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Mets 2 and the Padres nothing. Bottom of the inning. And now Jorge Polanco.
First baseman, Jorge Polanco.
And a base hit into right center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, the catcher.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. 1-1 now. That one hit to right. One away.
Now batting, designated hitter Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Outside low, and a count 2-1. Polanco on the go. Strike in there. Safe in second with a stolen base. Polanco leads off second with one gone in the inning. And that's a base hit. Coming home. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 3.
Well, does a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Here is Marcus Semien. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity at spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Action in the pen down there. Nestor Cortez Jr. getting loose out there. Estrada warming up as well. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Next pitch is downstairs.
You know, these Padres, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Hit in the air, center field. Taylor moving under this one. And out number 1 on the grab.
Now batting, catcher Freddie Fermin.
And now Freddie Fermin. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Ripped to right.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So a man at first. And here's the first baseman, Ty France.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
When you got a catcher like this guy with a big arm like that behind the plate, it really shuts down the running game.
Just missing there. And it's 2-2.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary, but this type of guy shuts the running game down.
So the batting order turns over, and here comes Xander Bogaerts.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. To second, there's Lindor. That's the 3rd out. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Mets 3 and the Padres nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Next
Ball
pitch
two.
misses. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Two. That
The
one
count is
missed.
ball.
That's out to center field. Merrill on his way over. Makes the catch for the out.
Now batting, center fielder.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Joe Musgrove is done in this one. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment. The left-hander on now, Nestor Cortez Jr. He's into the game with the bases empty. Tyrone Taylor will hit next. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
1 out, bases empty. This to center field. Cronenworth on the move. Hauls it in, 2 away.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's
Now
saying, hey,
batting,
where you at,
third
outfielder? Call me
baseman,
off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Reggie Crawford up now for the Mets. 2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That's down and in. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly, but they lead at 3-0. Back here at Citi Field, top of the 6th inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Jake Cronenworth.
Second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
And that's in the dirt. And it's 2-1. Tap foul at the plate. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And it remains 2-2. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Got him looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
I guarantee he's going to check the tape on that last pitch when he gets a chance, because he thought it was ball 4, and he wasn't wrong. I mean, it was a close pitch. Definitely not an easy call, but especially after a long at bat, that'll drive you crazy getting rung up like that.
So with 1 down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. The Padres trailing by 3, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And there's a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
To the right side. Polanco takes it to the bag. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Now batting, third
He's doing a
baseman,
nice job
Manny
of keeping
Machado.
the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Manny Machado up to the plate. That's hard hit on the line. Could be extra bases. And it gets by him. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get
Up
enough
next
air
for the
under to
Padres,
drive it out of here.
center
But
fielder,
he'll take
Jackson
that swing
Merrill.
and that result every time.
Here's the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. Man at second. Popped in the air. Left field. Soto puts it away. And that is that. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Mets 3 and the Padres nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Juan Soto.
Left fielder, Juan Soto.
The 1-1. And delivers outside.
1 strike.
Well, these Mets really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Hard ground ball, base knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He was all over that one.
Now
Smashed
batting,
that one through
the
the
first
infield for the
baseman,
knock. When it's hit that hard,
Jorge
it makes it
Polanco.
very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And now, Jorge Polanco.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Soto gets his lead at first with nobody out. There's a swing and a drive. High bounce takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double.
And boy, do they catch a break. Otherwise, you're looking at runners around the bases and probably a run that scores.
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Here's a 2-1. Hit on the ground to short. Bogarts handles the chance. Rolls across the diamond. That's out number 1. And a run comes in to score. So now the DH.
Such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Sheets has this one sized up, and he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Inside, and it's 3-2. 1 out, and a runner at second here in the bottom of the 6th.